The NBA's only undefeated team, that's 7-0 Milwaukee, and Minnesota's only NBA team, that's the Timberwolves. How about some three-point shooting for the Bucks early on? Giannis Antetokounmpo, 3. He was 2 for 4 from 3. Brook Lopez of the Lopez brothers, he was 2 for 4 from 3. And Drew Holiday, left corner, he was 4 of 11 from 3. The Bucks 11 threes in the first half. Their most in any half this season. Hey, it's early in the season. They led by 7 at the half. Holiday, it's a holiday. Nazareth, 29 points. He ended at 29 right there. And then Bobby Portis from Antetokounmpo, 17 of 38 from 3 on the night for the Bucks. Didn't shoot any threes in the fourth, didn't need to. They were in charge. Antetokounmpo spinning on Naz Reid. You go that way, I'll go this way. He had 26 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. Take another look. And then Karl Anthony Towns. You can't touch that. Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks, 115-102. Opa! 8-0.
All right, the Raptors coming off their best 2 offensive performances of the season. They had 139 against the Hawks, 143 against the Spurs, but the Mavs have Luka Doncic. He's the 3rd player in NBA history with 30 points in each of his first 7 games of the season. And watch him get going. He's just getting started. Here's Pascal Siakam. And slipping at the top of the key, loses the ball. He would leave with a strained right groin. More Doncic action, working his defender, putting the moves, hitting that fadeaway. He becomes the first player in NBA history to record 30 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds in 8 straight games to start this season. That deserves a shooter. Mavs lead 96-78. Now to the 4th, Scotty Barnes driving, hook shot, and it's good. Raptors cut the lead to 5. About 4 minutes to go in the game. Raptors down 6 now. Barnes driving. Chris Boucher in the corner. Up. No, but he got a tip in from Barnes. Barnes with 11 points, 10 assists, 11 rebounds. First career triple-double. About 30 seconds later, same score. Doncic, guarded, don't care. Hits that 3, and the Mavericks win 111-110.
Phoenix has just 1 loss. Portland beat them in the Rose City. How might the Suns return the favor on their home court? Well, figured to be a beatdown. Blazers backcourt. Lillard and Simons both out. We pick it up midway through the 4th. DeAndre Ayton from Chris Paul. He had 24. It's a 1-point game. Portland led most of this game. Booker to Damian Lee ties it up from 3 right there. Lee had the hot hand from distance. All right, under a minute to go, still tied. Booker gonna miss the J, but Ayton. Nurk came out. Ayton got a little position, tips it in right there. Suns up 2. Next Portland possession. Josh Hart to Nurkic, who would not be. Oh, look at the big man. The 3, the Trailblazers. Up now, Booker. Smooth operator. Suns take a 2-point lead. Booker had 25 and 5 assists. Under 30 seconds to go. Jeremy Grant. Portland loves him so far. Doesn't get it go, but Nurkic will not be denied. Blazers to tie it. All right, Suns turned it over. 1 second left. Who's buried in Grant's tomb? The Suns are. Jeremy Grant at the buzzer. 30 points. Step back and get it to go, and Portland beats the Suns. Suns have just 2 losses, both to the Blazers. They play again Saturday.
Neil, we're going global. The NHL back in Europe, the Columbus Blue Jackets and Colorado Avalanche.
When he declined to get the COVID vaccination, New York City benched Kyrie Irving for much of last season. Allowed to play in his first home game in Brooklyn after 9 months away, fans made it clear from their applause that they forgave him. How forgiving will those same folks be when Irving returns from his much-publicized 5-day suspension, assuming he returns? Irving out after, in the opinion of the Nets front office, not apologizing properly for a social media post about an anti-Semitic documentary. The world's largest Jewish population outside of Israel, New York City.
Over the course of the last 5 to 6 days, the organization has made multiple attempts to get with Kyrie and his representation and have them clarify his feelings and put out a sense of remorse for this, and that obviously didn't happen, and he refused to disavow that until his tweet last night. So I think this was the best course of action. He would always hope that there's a change. There's a change in feelings, a change in attitude, and I think per his apology last night, that's a step in the right direction. But again, as we've sort of stated, that actions speak louder than words, and so he's had some time, and there'll be some more time to reflect on this situation. I mean, it just sucks all around for everybody. I ain't here to judge nobody or talk down on nobody for how they feel or their views or anything. I just didn't like anything that went on. I feel like it was all unnecessary. I felt like we could have just kept playing basketball and kept quiet as an organization. I just don't like none of it.
A mess both off and on the court. The 2-6 Nets on the road. The Wizards no match for Kevin Durant and crew. By the way, Durant wears Nikes. That company suspending Irving on Friday, doing business with him. Step back, Bobby Jack, Durant over Porzingis, and then saying, hey, man, I'm Kevin Durant. 30 seconds left in the first. Nets already in charge. Durant, Daniel Gafford, sliding away. Durant asked afterwards, said, hey, man, it was more the floor. He slipped more than my move, but still, that was something else. Boom. Oh,
that's what they all say.
He did the splits. James Brown. Feel me now. All right, 7 seconds left in the second quarter. Durant's going to hit a 3 to end the half. 19 and 8 in the first half. 28, 11 assists, 9 boards for the game. This was all Nets. They were 14 of 28 from 3. Durant's going to hit another one. 1986, St. Patrick's Day, the Nets' biggest win at Washington, 28 points. Update that, whatever day Friday was, 42-point win. Wizards' largest home loss in franchise history. The Nets tied for their largest road win in franchise history, and they needed it. Let's bring in Nick Friedel. And Nick, we're reading about this, we're hearing about it, but you're knee deep in it. What's it like covering the Nets right now? What's the vibe like?
Well, the vibe tonight, Neil, is fantastic. You and I have heard the cliche 1,000 times. The basketball court is my sanctuary. That it was tonight for the Brooklyn Nets. Jacques Vaughn, the interim coach, said he had a simple message for this group. And he said, we just have to focus on tonight's game. And, Neil, with all the stuff that's going on with Kyrie, the fact that Ben Simmons is hurt, Seth Curry didn't play, this team was very undermanned. But they still had Kevin Durant. And they just wanted to focus on basketball. So often with the Nets through the last year, things have nothing to do with basketball. And it's impacted their team on the floor. Tonight they just played, and they felt good about it. And I can't tell you how many more smiles I saw tonight on the bench compared to the last week and a half. It has been a miserable experience inside that organization day after day after day. This was a needed respite for the group.
How does Kyrie Irving fit back into this group if he eventually comes back?
I'm not sure right now, Neil, if he does. But if he does, Sean Marks, the Nets GM, made it very clear that he's got several more steps to take, aside from that apology we saw late Thursday night on Instagram. If he clears all those steps, maybe the Nets allow him back on the floor. But right now, that is very much in question, because the other thing we have to consider here is Kyrie's got to meet with Adam Silver. And, Neil, in talking to people in the league office, Kyrie never fully understood in the last week just how many people he upset with those social media posts. He didn't put that into consideration, and I am sure that Adam Silver is going to say, Kyrie, you need to understand the ramifications of your decision here. So there are so many different layers, and there are so many different steps to take, and I think we're a long ways off from trying to put Kyrie back on the floor right now with this group.
Nets back on the floor at Charlotte Saturday. Nick Friedel with the latest.
All right, Houston.